Hello everyone, I'm just setting up the camera here. I thought I needed to cover these headlines, the news, another debacle for the royal family to sort out. So yeah, I didn't want to go into this dark arena with this, but I've just come on just to explain. I am sorting out my my Patreon live shows that will be starting daily around the 17th of August. So I've been busy with that, sorting that out, very technical to link the two together. So I've uploaded some software, about to clean out my computer, and I've been doing that all morning. So if I look a little bit boggy-eyed, that's possibly why I've been doing computer work today. And I could go on to say, while we're waiting for people to come on here, I could go on to say that being a YouTuber is hard work. You have to know your computer stuff. I have actually done a computer studies course a few years ago, so I do know a little bit about computers, so that's quite handy. So what I'm doing, I'm just, because I've got my cup of tea here, I'm just going to look at something to put it on. So I've got my tea. So I've got calamine tea today with honey. So that's what I've got today. So this is, until I get that set up, I do like to come on live, as you know, and I like to, as soon as I think of something, I like to get on there live, and I like to share it with you guys and the community. So that's the idea. But until, I shall get the Patreon live sessions going, okay, and we will move most of the live shows onto Patreon, because I want to keep a closed, private community. I don't want. Yesterday was absolutely ridiculous because there were so many trolls there, and I couldn't even do my work and concentrate on the subjects because of that. Because of wondering who the hell is that, and I do get, the thing is, I'm quite sensitive, and I'm an empath, and I do get sensitive about who is attacking me on here, and I shouldn't, I know, but I do. And and I have dealt with narcissists in my life, so bullies kind of thing. So these people, it could be those people that I know that are attacking me in a different way. But anyway, enough of that. So hello everyone. So like I said, I've downloaded some software to actually be able to do this on Patreon. So so it's going to take a few more days before I get that up and running. So I'm hoping around the 27th of August, we will be moving the live shows onto Patreon. So please become a Patreon if you would like to. You don't have to. I'm still going to be around on here. So hi everyone. I didn't want to cover this subject, but because it's because I was thinking yesterday, gosh, this is going to really, I felt that this secret is the big secret. This is the big secret that nobody wants in the royal family to be exposed. So let me just again, I get people being blocked for no reason. So I've just unblocked you, Moon's Balloons. I saw that you put a comment. I've made a spelling mistake, Virginia. Oh, did I put vagina? Did I put vagina? Oh, I do apologize. That's quite rude. I did not purposely do that. It's possibly from my nursing days that Oh dear, sorry about that, guys. Oh no, it's probably the medical terminology I used to used to use in my medical days. So, oh my goodness, I'm starting to go red. Okay. So, oh gosh, I've been so busy, guys, with this damn platform, and then this other one, which is Patreon, and getting these energies through. That, oh gosh, I need to. Oh my goodness, I need to. I need to report this to my community about the importance of keeping this concealed. Oh, I feel the Queen is worried. Her favourite son, Andrew, is being a naughty boy, but they encouraged that. They encouraged him sleep around, you know. And these things, when you do bad things in life, when you encourage somebody to use lesser vibrational people, young girls, vulnerable girls, this comes back. I do believe in karma, and this comes back to bite you in the bum, and that's why we should all try to keep and stay on a clean path, because these things tend to come back when you're trying to hide them. You know, when you've moved on from that. And I'm not saying this through experience. I'm saying this through the divine. Okay. Say if you're a narcissist, you feel that you're untouchable. I'm untouchable, you know. And then further down the line, you realize you've got an issue, a problem. You know, the greater narcissist or the lesser narcissist. Because this is what this stems from. These people, they're pure narcissists, and they feel that they're untouchable. They don't have compassion. I don't want to get into what they get up to on the island. I won't go there, okay, but I can see it. I can see what's coming through here. They feel that they're untouchable. I get naive young girls all looking for going in groups, giggling, laughing, very pretty girls that are looking for a break in the Hollywood, getting to know the right people, and being duped into situations. I get like 18, 19, 17, 18, 19-year-old girls, 20-year-old girls. And even, I would even say at that particular time that the parents even believed it as well, that this island, so I didn't mean to put vagina, I'm really sorry. Maybe maybe that what came through as some kind of euphemism, I don't know. But I will correct that. I didn't mean to put vagina, okay. But maybe that's what they were. And I'm not being rude here, but maybe that's the case, you know, that maybe that's an intuitive message that's coming through. I don't know anything about these crazy places, okay. I can feel the energies coming through. I don't read about dark things. I don't want to know satanic things. I shouldn't have. Now I've said that, that will be a strike on this video. So I've got to be careful what I say. So this is going to be quite closed, not closed. It's going to be a cut reading where I'm going to try to tiptoe around this subject. Unfortunately, I have to with this, but I do want to explore this deeply, not massively. I don't want to go into the sexual part of this, the abuse part of this, or anything like that here. But I am going to look at this deeper as an uncut reading on Patreon. Okay, so if you're a patron and you're interested in looking at that uncut, it's not going to be rude or offensive, but there will be some things that are quite close to the bone that I don't want to mention here. So look out for that. I will compile that today. So the first is, there's going to be a series on this actually, because yeah, well, we'll find out. You see the picture on the front. You probably haven't seen the photo because you can see me live, but I've actually put a picture, a photograph that was taken of Andrew and this Vaginia. Okay. And this Vaginia is supposedly a yacht girl, whatever a yacht girl is. I have no idea what a yacht girl is. But all I know here is that Andrew has got himself involved because Sir Philip said, you know, you can go and screw as many actresses as you like, but don't marry one. Don't take them seriously. You know, you can play with those people, but you don't marry them. So with Prince Philip not being the future king, although look at Prince Charles with this, like, go on, son, go on, get yourself a mistress, you know, kind of thing, as long as you stay married. And poor Diana, what she went through. So all of these things, they always come out in the end. Karma comes out in the end, okay? And they end up with this tarnished kind of, oh, I didn't expect that to come back and haunt me. You know, but God has a way of getting the truth to people. You can't go and abuse innocent young girls, because I do feel that they were taken in groups here. I don't know, was this trafficking or something? Very vulnerable groups of young females, and it's like a slavery. I get like a slavery. It's coming through like they were. It's like a slavery, and I'm going back to you know, when they used to tie them up with chains and like a slavery kind of thing. Now, I'm not saying that that's coming through where they tied them up with chains, but I think a lot of that went on, and I won't cover that here, but I will look deeper into that, what went on that island. Okay. So these young girls went skipping along to this island and to be a yacht girl. And, you know, we know what we're like. Us girls, we're pretty, we're naive at 17 and 18. You know, we will show you, we'll introduce you to all these big people, you know. And you see, for middle-aged men that feel, not all middle-aged men, but middle-aged men who feel that they're untouchable, like Epstien, like, I guess, like Prince Andrew, being lots of, you know, Prince Philip as well, thought he was untouchable. I think he'd done, I know that he had affairs, but a lot of those things were hidden. No one would find out about that. You know, this is, but I think as like in the 70s and the 80s, it got, this kind of movement of, you know, we're untouchable, the Illuminati and all that kind of thing. It's another level. It's another level from what Philip did. You know, it's like, go for it, go for it, go for as much as you can here. Get what you can without being getting into trouble and getting into, you know, and nobody can touch you because you're a royal. Nobody can touch me because I'm a billionaire. Nobody can touch me. I can screw whatever I like. I can bed as many teenage girls as I wish, and yet I am like early 60s. And I can do that for as long as I like. It's, you know, it's entitled. It's entitlement. People who feel that they're entitled. And these are these groups of men, mostly men. Okay, no women. The women that were there, no middle-aged women. It would be, you know, it would be middle-aged women zone is not allowed. Do you know why they don't allow middle-aged women my age? Because we're not naive, are we? we're not naive, and we probably would run and tell. And you know, we're not naive enough. We're not corruptible enough. Nobody can, you know, we've created this protection around us. And if we have daughters as well, we create a protection around our daughters. If we are, you know, if we care so much about humanity and the treatment and maltreatment of people, we will protect others too. So they have nobody our age, my age, anywhere near that kind of thing, unless they are corrupt too. Okay. So were there women involved? I feel there may have been who were into satanic kind of practices. There may have been involved if that's what excited them. Now, I'm not going to go into that here, but I will do on my Patreon. I'm going to look into not, you know, extreme. I'm not going to be no holds bars, or I could be, but I won't be. But I'm going to look at what is it? Why did they do that? And, you know, why did they get off on satanic practices, you know? Yeah, so I will look at that in a deeper way. And I've done no reading up on this because this kind of thing does not interest me. I don't like to go into dark places. But this is affecting, I want to look at this because this is affecting the royal family, okay, which is affecting the trust of the public. The public will not trust them if they feel that they are abusing innocence, and they feel that they are above the average person, very kind of sadistic, very kind of narcissistic at the highest level. Okay. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look at your comments. Anne Khan, Yvonne, don't you think it's weird that it's never been reported that Prince A has never had a girlfriend since he split? Well, yeah, he's been running around with these prostitutes. I'm not surprised that Fergie divorced him. He's a pervert. And we all thought that. I mean, we saw him with, you know, there were pictures of Andrew with Thai girls in Thailand. And of course, I pick up that, yes, he was into this. And one of these is, there was a lot of these men that were into this. Some of the women were into this. It's like they are above the average person, and this is like showing off. You know, we are above. It's kind of what I'm picking up here intuitively, because like I said, I've done no reading. I'm not interested in this side here of life. But what I see here, it's like thinking they are very elite, and this feeling of eliteness that we can do this without getting caught, or this is private on this private island, and we are above the law. Not anymore, okay, not anymore, because now they're investigating this as an abuse, okay, a crime against humanity. So thank God. And like I said, you know, you can try to get away with this, but in the end you don't get away with it. You think that it's something elite and that you're entitled to this because you're a royal, that you're a billionaire, or you're some big fat cats, you know. And a lot of these guys were fat and ugly, you know, they'd gone past the sell-by date too. And it's just to prove that they can get some younger teenager at like 62, you know, that kind of thing. It's also, yeah, it's very narcissistic in a way that they live in a twisted reality. And this is a prime example of that, this twisted reality that these elite people live in. Very narcissistic. and it's all coming to the surface now, all of this. And also I know I create videos about narcissism, because I think this is where people do not have compassion, they don't have empathy for others. And then there's abusers. These people abuse people in life and they need to be stopped. Okay. So what am I covering here? I don't know whether you saw that photograph there at the beginning of a girl called, which I feel sorry for her, okay, Vaginia. And she blonde hair, and Prince Andrew standing next to this Vaginia, okay. And I know I spelt it wrong and I said vagina. I did not mean any abuse there. I just misspelling, okay. Yeah, it was a typo. And I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, because I'm not like that. I don't do that sort of thing. I think that's cruel of me to say that, and I will amend that as soon as I've finished here, okay? I apologise if that's offended anybody. I didn't want to make I don't want to humiliate this Vaginia, okay, at all. So please forgive me for saying that, okay? So I'm just going to have a little bit of my, can you see, I've got chamomile tea and some honey. I'm being a bit posh, aren't I? But healthy too. Okay. The thing is with this, I'm just feeling a bit kind of virusy, and I thought that, you know, this would be nice to soothe. I wouldn't do that. It's not in my nature to humiliate. So I will amend that. Okay, and I do apologise about that. So I've got so many articles on this. I have to say it's not a laughing matter. I didn't mean to humiliate that girl at all. Okay, so because they are victims. Remember, they are victims. I see them as victims, because what I see is a crowd of girls going onto this yacht, to this island, giggling, laughing, thinking it's all going to be a lot of fun, okay, and it wasn't a lot of fun. And I will cover that on the Patreon. Thank you. Well, I know I just put my foot in it all the time, so maybe that's what you're laughing at, okay. I can't help who I am. So what I'm going to do is have a look at these articles, but I will try not to be too kind of graphic on here. Let me have a look here. So I'm going to start with this. Okay, and he's kind of middle-aged there. He's like in his early 40s on this picture that I've put on the front of this video as like a thumbnail. Jeffrey Epstein is dead. Allegedly, okay, allegedly, because there's now kind of conspiracy theories about that too now. So, okay, there's questions here remain for Andrew. Questions remain for Andrew. Right, so yeah, this is, you see, they will protect the royal family. And the royal family, are they untouchable? They have never got any kind of, they've never been prosecuted, have they, for anything? Are they that squeaky clean? So the Duke of York yet to explain the photo of him with his arms around alleged victim. And I call her a victim because she didn't know, she was naive, okay. Vaginia Goofer. Well, that's what it said, Goofer. That's what it says. I don't know if I said that right. Again, I'm not taking the mickey. Prince Andrew, Virginia Roberts, now Goofy. So Goofy, she's married, that's her married name. Prince Andrew and Virginia Roberts, now Goofy, age 17. She was 17, guys. This is the age group that they lured onto this island, okay. At Ghislaine Maxwell's townhouse in London, 2001. Okay. Hmm. When the New York prosecutors announced the death of Jeffrey Epstein over the weekend, Prince Andrew and his ex-wife Sarah, Duchess of York, were reportedly holidaying in Balmoral with the Queen. It must have been for an uncomfortable moment. The Duke of York's former friendship with the disgraced New York hedge fund manager has proven a persistent headache for Buckingham Palace. Well, you can't hide this anymore. It looks like Prince Prince Andrew was very much involved with this. Which has repeatedly been forced to deny allegations that Andrew had sexual encounters with a 17-year-old who had been coerced by Epstein. 17-year-old, guys, that is just so young. And like I said, these girls are so naive, what I picked up. The death of the financier, a convicted sex offender who was facing federal charges for sex trafficking, is unlikely to end questions about his relationship to both Prince Andrew and the Duke of York. If allegedly Prince Andrew had sex with that girl, then he would be really... let me just move this so I can put my card and moving stuff out the way. He would be allegedly a criminal of having sex with a trafficked, like a punter, isn't it, for prostitution. If he's a customer and a client of Epstein, then he could be prosecuted for doing this. Okay. So let's do a reading on this, because this reading is looking at did Prince Andrew have the Duke of York have a relationship, a sexual relationship with this Vaginia, okay, Roberts at the time. And yeah, I get this has been investigated. Okay, I have the Knave of Swords. And if you look up the Knave of Swords, it's the Page of Swords, okay. And this means a spy. Somebody is spying and is investigating into this, whether he had sex with one of these trafficked girls, okay. I get also there were some of them that were underaged. I don't know in America what your age is there, but it's 16 in the UK. If I feel they may have been underaged or 16-year-old onwards, okay. So let me just continue a little bit. So this has been investigated. The first card I get here, Prince Andrew reportedly met Epstein in the late 90s after being introduced by Epstein's then girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, the daughter of the press baron Robert Maxwell, whose whereabouts are currently unknown, has previously denied any wrongdoing. Well, she must have known. She must have known, okay. Now, I have to say that this article is from, let me just say, because I can't, copyright or anything. So This is from the Guardian. The Guardian. Okay, now the Guardian are quite a serious kind of newspaper in the UK. It's not like a well, it is a tabloid in a way, but it's a more serious newspaper. And this was published on the 12th of August, which is today, yesterday at 18:33. Yesterday. So now they're after Prince Andrew. They're after him. He's a moving target at the moment. That's what I pick up here intuitively. They're after him. Okay. So I feel what I get here is like a closed kind of community, not a closed community like mine is, but this is like a club, a closed community. And Epstein felt that they were untouchable and that this would never, I mean, this is how narcissistic these people are. They think that this is never going to come out. Okay. And they live in a false sense of reality, because reality is that they are committing crimes of humanity. And that's what this is. It's trafficking for sex. So, and now Prince Andrew's a moving target now, and they are investigating this, as I put there. And they're experts at grooming. They're experts at grooming. They would have told them that they could have what they want, anything that they like to wear, that they will be pampered, these females. And they believed it, okay. They were groomed, top ranking grooming I get here. To entertain, I get here. To entertain. I don't feel that they were told that it was entertaining by sexual intercourse, by prostitution. They were told it was entertaining. Now, we have got these allegations that that Meghan was one of these yacht girls. I feel the same there, that there's lots of bad memories here now. This is going to come out. There'll be lots of these victims that will say, this is memories. You know, these girls, although they were naive at the time and they were told it was a party yachts and things like that, obviously not. They were told that they were there to just entertain and talk to the clients. Not really, okay. It was more than that. So they are looking back with this memory of, that was so wrong. I'm married now. I have children. And this was, so you see, typical abusers, they go for naive people. And when they get older, they come out with their stories. And that was back in the 1990s. So how old are those people now? They're middle-aged, aren't they? They're either in their 30s or 40s, and they are going to tell their story. Of course, they're going to tell their story. I don't know why. What is it about these kind of guys, these kind of men, who feel that they can do this and they're not going to get prosecuted in the future? So I want to look at, before we go, and I'm doing a reading on this, although this is an article in The Guardian, okay. I'll just say those allegations prompted a highly unusual and forceful denial from Buckingham Palace, which vehemently denied that there was any form of sexual contact or relationship, because this was, you see, this is the idea. They would deny it. They would invite these people onto the boats, invite these people onto the island, okay. These girls, saying that it's just entertaining, that all you do is get people drinks, talk to them, and be nice to them, and that's it. You see, and what goes on behind the closed doors there is going to be denied. That's what their plan was. Okay. So, and I also get Epstein saying, you know, what happens behind closed doors does not, or what happens on this island does not leave this island. Okay, so yeah, right. These people are not going to talk when they get older. Of course, they're going to talk. So there is now this investigation on Andrew. Okay. And the Duke of York was accused of inappropriately touching another young lady, another young woman. You see, they're going to talk. In a witness statement, Joanna Joberg, another alleged Epstein victim who claimed she was recruited by Maxwell, claimed Andrew touched her breast. Sorry, I know that's rude. While sitting on a couch at Epstein's New York apartment in 2001, Buckingham Palace said the allegations were categorically untrue. You see, these men turn into old men. You know, they get past their prime, they move into their middle-aged years, and then they get to reach around 60 or 70, and then all of these horrible allegations start to raise their ugly head, and then they realize, oh God, my ego was bigger than the moon. I thought that I could get away with this. I didn't realize my reality of just these objects, these girls of 16 and 17, these objective women would not grow old and have children of their own and become, you know, and voice their kind of, you know, their abuse. This is how they think. And yeah. So before we go any further with this, I just want to go back to the chats and hi everyone, and welcome just to ad hoc live show. Yeah, and Jimmy Savile, we've heard about, he died. So he even visited hospital. That was paedophilia, and he visited hospitals where sick children, you know, he pretended to care about sick children in hospital, and he would visit these hospitals and sexually abuse them. That's how hideous that was. Okay, and lots of victims have spoke out about that. But these abusers feel that you know, that these women or kids are naive, and that's how they see it. That's how they it's all about power. When it comes to abuse, it's all about having power and knowledge over others, and they are lesser than them. And I you know, it's you know, and all this kind of thing. In fact, I remember writing a letter to Jimmy Savile to be on the Jimmy Savile show. Jim will fix it years ago, and I didn't get a reply, and I'm so glad I didn't get a reply from that. And because a lot of those Jim will fix it were sexually assaulted. So yeah. So I'm not going to get any kind of, but I want to do this, and then I will do some uncut readings on Patreon, okay, to follow this up. If you want to join me on Patreon, please do. And I will be doing more uncut readings on there. I won't get monetized for this, so this is purely for my community, okay. Yes, I know. I did. I wrote a letter to Jimmy Savile. I did not get an answer. Okay. And everybody respected him, making people's dreams come true, you know. So let's have a look here. I get here with Andrew, like going a bit off on a tangent there, but I get investigation, okay, an investigator. And because these memories, the Six of Cups here, the memories of these victims, you know, the memories are coming back. And they know that this was wrong. And so they're all telling their stories, okay. Good for them. You know, if you're watching this, tell your damn story, because, you know, you should expose these people. And hopefully people won't set up these islands anymore, or these boats and things like that. I'm going to look into, did Andrew, he's being investigated, did he have sexual relations with any of these victims here of Jeffrey Epstein? Did Prince Andrew have any sexual relations with any of these victims of Jeffrey Epstein? It's been a long time. I get that coming through. And since then, things have stabilized for Prince Andrew with all this kind of, you know, oh, he's gone off to associating with Epstein, and he's associating with these dodgy people. Everything kind of stabilized for a while, and Andrew was gaining his popularity back. And even I kind of said that, but now this is raising its ugly head, and so it should. So he has had rest and stability for some time away from these allegations. Did he feel that this would ever come out? I think yes. There is some kind of plan B. If this comes out, plan A. We've kind of been able to bury that for a while. Plan B is if this came out in the future, and this is what this is a plan B. They know that this would come out. Was Andrew naive into? No, he was obsessed with, only because his father said, you know, you can screw around with as many actresses as you like, but just don't get involved with them as a series. I feel like it's one of the reasons Fergie went and sucked that guy's toe, because she was also finding it exciting and thrilling to do these kind of things too, okay, which hit the newspapers. So it was all running around getting as much sex as you could at that time. And it was all illusions, okay, illusions. I'll show you, like strange people, illusions. These people were strange, but all they were interested in is pleasure. Pleasure, okay. Illusions. It's not real. Oh, that's what they thought. It's not real, okay. And the next card I get here is the Emperor. The Emperor, but Prince Andrew is not the Emperor because it's in reverse, okay. Is not the Emperor. In fact, his reputation has already gone through the ringer because of this. These associations of Thailand and all this kind of thing, Thai girls. I feel his reputation is so low that this is all coming back again to haunt him. And so it should. And so it should. I just feel there was like... I think a lot of big people that were powerful were invited to, you know, to these parties. Did he get involved with this? I get parties. I don't feel that he saw it as anything. You know, Prince Andrew may have had sex with one of these girls or two of these girls, and got drunk with Jeffrey Epstein and had fun with Donald Trump, you know, because they're all interlinked together. He was a big business man at the time. I think they had fun. They drank finest champagnes. They were all kind of middle-aged, um, 40s kind of thing, trying to, wring out as much as they could while they were still had it going for them. And, but boasting that ego and I will go, like I said, I will go how this affected the girls in on a Patreon reading. But so yes, he did. I feel he did get involved with it. Party, sex, girls, party, girls all over them. Okay, and it's like they had this kind of trademark. You work hard, you party hard. Now, I'm sure they will think, oh gosh, how did Yvonne know about that trademark? But that's what's coming through, okay? You work hard, you party hard. This was the trademark, especially in the 80s and the early 90s, okay? So I get the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, it was nothing serious as they thought. This was harmless fun. It's like a stepping stone. It just made us feel good. And that kind of thing. So that's how they saw it. And it's like a big group of men together, businessmen, screaming, shouting, having fun, jumping off the yachts there, partying. And these girls, these yacht girls around them were entertaining them. But it was more than that. There was sex involved, okay. So let's have a look here. Was Andrew involved with this? I would say yes. With this reading here, the 5, yeah. It's like he's justifying what he did. He's justifying what he did. He's disappointed in what he did, but he's trying to now justify this. Oh, it was just a bit of fun. It was just partying, I doubted it at the time, and I did doubt it at the time. But it's justifying this. It's justifying. They're all justifying what they're trying to justify what they did. Okay. The King of Wands. Now they've got advisors advising him. There's advisors advising him. Yeah, but it was just a lot of fun. It didn't mean anything, but it did because these girls were victims, okay. And I get here, he's trying to be strong, and these advisors are advising him, and but he's not strong. He's pretending to be strong, and that it didn't mean anything. These people. Well, I was told that these people consented to this, so all these kind of justifying this, okay. There's also, happy birthday. I get a happy birthday. He may have gone there for his birthday party, being thrown for him. I get a birthday. Happy birthday. The Ace of Chalices, which also means happy, like a birthday, a birthday. So this is a birthday. Or some of these females may have given birth to children. That may come out too. That some of these may have given birth to children of having sex with these businessmen. Is one of these people Andrew's claiming that this baby belongs to Andrew? Could be, okay, but I think that it could be. We may hear of this, that there's been children born from these parties here. And this group of men have put their money in this pot to to help support these girls. Slavery. I feel human slavery. That's what this is. I'm going to end it here. Okay. Now this reading, it's an intuitive energy reading. Okay. Summarize this. Yes, Andrew did attend those parties on the yachts. I don't feel the island, but whenever there was an invite to one of these parties, wherever they were, in a New York apartment or a London apartment, he was there at the parties. And he felt it's a party. And he's justifying, yeah, there was lots of girls there, but I assumed that they were invited to the party. I didn't feel that they were victims of trafficking. I mean, what young girl of 16 or 17 would attend a party that's full of middle-aged men? He must have known. So he's justifying this. He's justifying, I didn't know. I didn't know this was going on. I didn't know, but I feel he must have, he just was enjoying the parties. And he's thinking, wherever these girls came from, it doesn't matter really, because we're having a good time. Okay. Now that is covering Andrew. Okay. I am going to do a reading on the involvement of Meghan in these yachts, and did Andrew actually come across? Did he actually have some kind of sexual relation, or was Meghan entertaining Prince Andrew, and she knew what was going on there, and she's got secrets? So yeah, so I'm going to look at that in a closed reading on my Patreon. Okay, I'm not going to do that here. I will do it on Patreon. Just to remind you, this was an intuitive energy reading, and it's, you know, going by the newspapers, the Serious Guardian newspaper, looking in between the lines here. Andrew is being investigated for this, and he was involved with this, but he's going to say, I didn't know. I was invited to a party. I didn't know that they were sex workers. Yeah, that's what he's going to say. Okay. And there's no proof that he knows either. So I feel that he will get away with this. He will get away with this. I did attend. I was invited, but I didn't know that about this. I thought they were just entertaining, and they've been invited of their own accord. So thank you for yeah, that there was gifts as well. Yeah, I do get gifts. I get also maybe a couple or three of these people got pregnant through this. They didn't know which one it was either. So it was all a kind of team effort to help to support those victims who got pregnant. Yes, okay. Slavery, sex slavery. That's what I'm getting here. I know this won't be, probably close down this video, so be prepared for that, okay? But also, I will not get monetized for this either. So if you want to join me on Patreon, I will cover this in an uncut reading this evening, okay? And just to let you know that I am going to be doing my live shows on Patreon from around the 17th. I'm working on that, okay? I'm working on doing that. I'm getting lots of software ready and working on that to go live daily on Patreon, okay, for my closed community. So sending you lots of love, lots of blessings. Before I go, I'm just going to pull out some cards here. Is he going to get away with this? Is Prince Andrew going to get away with this? Well, I do get that he's just going to say, I attended, I didn't know. I was invited to a party I didn't know about. And then there will be all these images that will be destroyed. I get that too, of young girls sat next to him. Lots of photographs will be destroyed here, Thai girls and that kind of thing. Yeah, they pick up runaways. That's it. The young girls that are running away from abuse from their upbringing and their families, and this is what they do to them. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Okay, he will get away with it because the Queen will protect him. Okay, the Queen of Swords. The crown will protect him, and he will get away with this. Okay, there will be victory. That he's just going to plead ignorance. That I did go to the party. I have to say I did, but I had no idea this was happening, and there's no way to prove this either. And that's what I get. He will be protected because the crown will protect him. But there are lies here being repressed, and he's being advised to have a very calm approach, like I didn't know, and keep very calm about this. There is a repression here. The lady, okay, the lady in reverse is repressing the truth. Because I will cover this on Patreon. These kind of people do not get sexually aroused after they've visited these islands and whatever goes on those islands in yachts. They become impotent with the wives that they're with, the girlfriends that they're with, because they want that high. You know, there may have been cocaine involved, there would have been drinks involved, there would have been sexual stimulants involved, all that kind of thing. And without that, they found their wives to be non-sexual. They could not get any kind of arousement out of a normal everyday relationship, that's virtuous. They wanted something that was sleazy and risky to actually turn them on. So they actually got addicted to that, and they kept returning to get that sexual kick. Okay. I feel this is partly to blame for, and he understands that now, does Andrew? I feel it's partly to blame why his marriage failed, because he did not find Fergie attractive and sexual, but now he kind of realizes this. He's worked on this and he's realized why. His father's encouragement to do this. He's done some work on this, a lot of work, and he's decided that he does find his wife attractive now, and those days are gone. And I prefer love and companionship now to this heightened excitement, this sexual excitement that could only be offered on these yachts and these islands. Okay, whatever they did, these ridiculous things they did on those, that gave them that big sexual kick. So I'm going to say, I have no idea what they did, but this is what I'm picking up. So in a normal relationship, they would be impotent, those kind of guys. They would associate sex with risky kind of sex. So thank you for watching this. I'm sure this will get closed down. I've gone a little bit further than I would normally, but please follow me on Patreon, and I will give you some more stories on this, which I'm looking at the headlines. I'm looking at intuitively what I feel here. Okay. And the next one that I'm going to look at is, did Andrew and Meghan have any associations? Were they linked at all on those yachts? Okay. So I'll see you there, and I will do that. I will do an upload on that. I won't do that live. I will do an upload. So look out for that, okay? And bye for now, and have a great afternoon. Goodbye, everyone.